Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel. Today, I will tell you a long, inspiring story in simple English. This story will help you practice listening, improve your vocabulary, and enjoy learning English at the same time. The story's title is The Secret of the Whispering Forest. Are you ready? Let's begin. Liam was 14, living with his little sister Maya and their grandmother Ilara in a quiet village. Ilara often told them tales of magic, but their favorite was the story of the Whispering Forest, a place where trees once spoke to pure hearts. One evening by the fire, Ilara's voice grew low. Long ago, the forest guarded this land, but greed silenced it. Now, only on rare nights, whispers return. Maya leaned closer. Grandma, did you ever hear them? Once, Ilara replied mysteriously, but not every secret is ready to be told. That night, as the wind tapped their window, Liam sat up. Maya, do you hear that? At first, only silence, then a faint whisper, soft but clear. Not mere wind, but words. Maya's eyes widened. It's the forest. They could not resist. Quietly, they slipped out with the lantern, past the river, into the tall, dark trees. The air grew heavy and alive. Then came the voice again. Find the heart. A glowing blue light led them to a mossy stone pedestal. A strange symbol shimmered on its surface. The heart must be found before the shadow comes. Before they could speak, footsteps approached. Out of the mist stepped a cloaked man with a staff, his eyes glinting strangely. So, the forest has chosen new listeners, he said with a crooked smile. We're not afraid, Liam replied, though fear quivered inside him. The man laughed. Brave words, but not all paths lead back. Then he vanished into mist, leaving the children trembling. The whispers rose again. Find the heart, or all will fall into shadow. The next morning, they told Ilara everything. Her face turned pale. You must never return, she warned. The forest once sealed away a great darkness. If it rises again, our world will suffer. But Grandma, Liam argued, the forest called us. That night, the whispers returned, keeping him awake. At last, he turned to Maya. We have to go back. She hesitated, then nodded. The following day, they returned to the clearing. The pedestal glowed more brightly, and now a map was carved upon it. Lines of light forming twisting paths with the shining heart at the center. A map, Liam breathed. The forest wants us to find it, Maya whispered. The air grew cold. The cloaked man appeared again, his staff glowing with dark energy. So you found the map, but many tried before you. None returned. We'll try, Liam said firmly. The ground trembled, trees shifted, and the map shimmered. The man's laughter faded into mist. The whispers rose urgently. Follow the river. Trust the light. Beware the shadow. Hand in hand, the siblings stepped onto the path. Their true journey had begun. The path led them to a great stone gate covered in vines. Strange runes glowed faintly on its surface. As they approached, the whispers grew stronger. "Only those who face their fears may enter," the gates seemed to say. Suddenly, the air shimmered, and the children found themselves in a strange place. Maya was alone in a dark forest. She heard wolves howling around her. She wanted to scream, but then remembered her brother's words, "Be brave." She stood tall and shouted, "I am not afraid. I am small, but I am strong in my heart." The wolves vanished, and light filled the forest. Meanwhile, Liam was in another vision. He stood on a high cliff, the ground crumbling beneath him. He felt himself falling, but then he heard Maya's voice calling, "You can do it, Liam. Believe in yourself." He took a deep breath and leapt forward. Instead of falling, he landed safely on solid ground. The illusions faded. The gate opened. Inside was a glowing feather floating in the air. A gentle voice said, "This is the feather of truth. It will show what is hidden. Guard it well." Liam and Maya took the feather. The path ahead opened once more. But far behind them, the cloaked man watched from the shadows, his eyes burning with anger. "The feather will not save them. The shadow will rise." As they walked deeper into the forest, the air grew colder. The sky darkened, though it was still day. Strange shapes moved among the trees. Suddenly, black wolves with glowing red eyes appeared, growling. Maya cried out, but Liam held up the feather of truth. It glowed brightly, and the wolves howled, shrinking back into the shadows. But the danger was not gone. Dark mist rose, forming shapes of twisted creatures. The whispers called urgently, "Find the cave! Find the cave of echoes!" They ran, following the whispers, until they reached a cave, glowing faintly with silver light. Inside, their voices echoed strangely. Each word they spoke multiplied into 100 whispers. "The cave of echoes," Maya whispered. "Yes," Liam said, "maybe it will guide us." They followed the echoes deeper. Finally, they reached a chamber with a great stone door shaped like a heart. But standing before it was the cloaked man. "You've come far," he said, "but this is where your journey ends. The heart belongs to me." He raised his staff, and shadows filled the cave. But Liam lifted the feather, and its light cut through the darkness. The battle for the heart had begun. The stone door opened, and inside was a crystal tree, glowing with every color of the rainbow. At its center was a shining crystal heart, pulsing with light. Maya gasped, "The heart of the forest!" But the cloaked man stepped forward. "Give it to me. With its power, I will rule not only this forest, but the whole world." "No!" Liam shouted. "The heart belongs to the forest, not to you." The man sneered. "Do you think you can stop me, child?" He raised his staff, and shadows leapt toward the crystal. But Maya held up the feather of truth. Its light shone on the man, and suddenly his cloak vanished. He was not a guardian. He was a man consumed by greed and fear. His eyes were hollow, his face twisted. "No!" he screamed. "Do not show them who I am!" The shadows crumbled, the heart glowed brighter, and a voice filled the cave. "Truth has been revealed. Darkness has no power here." The man cried out as the light consumed him, and then he was gone. The crystal heart pulsed warmly. The forest was safe, for now. The forest spoke again. "Children, you have proven yourselves. You are the new guardians of the heart. Will you accept this duty?" Liam looked at Maya. She nodded. "Yes," they said together. "We will protect the forest." The heart glowed, and a wave of light spread through the land. The forest bloomed, rivers sparkled, and the whispers turned gentle and kind. When they returned to the village, their grandmother was waiting. She smiled through tears. "I knew the forest had chosen well." From that day, Liam and Maya were no longer just children. They were guardians of the whispering forest, protectors of its secrets. And sometimes, when the wind blew through the trees, the forest whispered softly, "Thank you." Thank you so much for listening to this story. I hope you enjoyed The Secret of the Whispering Forest and learned something new in English today. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.